Hi everyone, so I've come on to do our October. I know we've had our full moon, but we're still going through those energies and we will do, okay? And also the eclipse at the end of the month, around the 25th, 26th time, okay? Depending where you are, all right? Now, some of these energies are going to be quite difficult for some people to be navigating, all right, in terms of it can be a very impulsive energy. It can be one where people are very direct, and it can be with speech. It can be with how they react. It can be very explosive energy. It can be very erratic, okay? But at the same time, okay, for 2 weeks, thereabouts, we've got this window of opportunity for some absolutely lovely moments, okay? Now, the eclipse can bring in and it can take out, okay? So if there are significant things going on in your life, this is your pre-warning, okay, to start actually taking action to see where you need to be, really putting your energy, time and effort into those areas that are worthwhile and beneficial, and start actually shutting the door, closing out, okay, those things that just don't and are irrelevant, okay? They're just not, they're just superfluous to any meaning in your life, okay? The reading that I have in front of us is so positive, guys, and this is why I wanted to come on and share this, okay? I am hoping to, over the weekend, get up and do a full horoscope for you, okay, and also pull in the cards as well to give you complete and thorough, okay, my prediction, my interpretation, my astrological forecast, okay, what I'm going to be seeing going through from now until December time, okay, and potentially going into the new year. But for now, I really want to concentrate on this because this energy is absolutely beautiful, okay? If you can temper out, like I say, some of the impulse, some of the reactionary, some of the dramatization of what people are going to be bringing in, okay, stepping back from and seeing the bigger picture about how things affect you and whether they need to affect you, and how you can manage yourself, okay, and conduct yourself in the best possible way to get the best possible outcomes, all right? Now, this relationship here, okay, which most of this is based upon, okay, is around kind of like where things are going to be taking us, okay, in relation to, and how it's going to be predictive, okay, generalization here, okay, on what I'm seeing relationships going forward, okay. Now, first and foremost, what I am seeing on this table, which is absolutely lovely, all right, is a whole lot of things about people taking stock and stepping back, okay, and really looking at a point now where they are placing their values, okay. It's come to a pivotal point now. We all know, just you only have to turn your phone on, notifications left, right and centre about the pound, about this, about that, about Ukraine, about how things are going to be affecting us, like with our bills, everything, okay. We've had enough negative energy around all of that. We've also got all of this stuff coming back up about COVID and things like that, all right. This is about stepping away from any of those things, okay, and going, okay, we know this, putting the things into place, all right, but I'm going to pull back and actually see and foresee how we can all work together, okay. Now, this can be like friendship groups, this can be like your immediate family, this can be you and your partner, okay. But what is really nice here is it's about acceptance, okay. What can we do about this, all right, in a practical way, without completely like losing, you know, any enjoyment, okay. So it might mean we have to pull back. What can we pull back effectively, all right? Where can we maybe have a look at doing things differently. Now, it might be, for example, just saying, all right, so you can car share with your friends. It might mean that saves money, all right? It can be things like, okay, doing favours for favours. I need this doing, I need that doing. It can be things like, well, do you know what, these times a week, my friend can pick up that person from school, so we don't need to do childcare. We can save money on this. Practical things that you can get in now. We can start navigating about a longer trajectory about how things are going to cost you less, okay? This is about kind of like really like coming in like where, again, for example, maybe, and I know it seems a long way off, but it actually isn't. It could be things like parties. It can be things like coming up for Christmas. It can be like conjoining something to make it less expensive, okay? So it's a forecast. I can get hold of this, you can get hold of that. How can we make things a lot more happier on a tighter purse string? But it doesn't mean to say it's going to be less. Like, it's going to be a less better time. It's not going to be a nice time. In fact, if anything, we can turn this actually around to a positive, all right? We've got a lot of things here as well about healing families, okay? Maybe where we've lost touch with people, okay? And this is about bringing back in the family, working more as a family unit, okay? Friendship groups, uniting people together, okay? So again, going back into that whole thing about how can we actually bring together people in a shitty situation, okay? And it working out for the better. So a lot of healing energy here, a lot of happy energy here, a lot of positivity coming in and around, talking, communicating, saying what you need. Do you know what I mean? Having those conversations, maybe putting bygones as bygones now, you know, how can we like work together? We've also got here about, which I really, really like, about a lot of nostalgic things here. Now, it might be that people are getting phone calls out of the blue, okay? It might be reconnecting with old friendships for whatever reason. This isn't about a reconciliation from necessarily like we talk about, you know, people getting back together for the wrong reasons. Just people getting back in touch because they've lost touch, or they're reconnecting. People are moving back to an area. Maybe people are coming to stay with family, moving towards family for whatever reason, okay? And this being a very healing time around that as well, okay? So this is a really nice energy about, do you know what, it might be that people are losing, but they're actually gaining in a more beneficial way. They're gaining in the sense of, like I say, the material is no longer the priority. It's about family, it's about nurturing, it's about friendship, it's about getting back together, it's about conjoining, okay? There is also here, like I say, about kind of like reconciling, where maybe you have had in the past previously, okay, things that you've lost and maybe like lost out on. Maybe again it's something that you're coming back into touch with. For an example, it could be things to do with old hobbies, okay, maybe old groups that are coming back together again. Maybe it's the time of year, who knows, maybe whatever, but it could be that you reconnect with old friends, have ideas, conversations. Do you know what, let's meet up more regularly, and that starts coming to be something, and it grows from there as well. There's a lot here about like friendships, families coming back together. Now, I'm also going to bring in here about a lot of healing energy around situations to do with where there seems to be on the table here, whilst there is like always that horrible thing about like the passing of somebody important to us, okay, like a family member, somebody very close to us, you know, a very sad time. But with that brings about also births and marriages, okay? Now, oddly enough, on the table here seems to be an awful lot of kind of like where one situation comes to an end, you get new life. Okay, now there is one that I'm going to bring up here, which I will often say, if somebody has been going through a particular difficult pregnancy, and it may be that it has been quite a difficult time. Maybe it's been very stressful. Maybe it's also brought about depression, anxiety. Maybe it's been a very turbulent time for that individual. What I will be saying here is, especially if it was an expectancy in February, the baby might come early around December, which is also what I feel about this whole thing, about on the back of something that might have been quite difficult, brings families together, is a very healing energy. The support will be there, okay? There's a lot here about, on the back of some difficult situations, they're also going to bring in some very cathartic situations as well. Some very healing energies around this, with support, with about care, with about nurturing, about bringing back stability with family and friends. This is such a lovely energy. Now, I'll also be saying, like I said, around all of this, that we may well be hearing an awful lot of like new pregnancies, okay? People getting pregnant, people having babies, but also about people getting engaged. Maybe as well here where there have been some disappointments, maybe around, I know people have been trying to get properties and mortgages, but there may be unexpected like news around like different ways of going about getting yourself on that property ladder or getting your own home, okay? There could be some surprising news that comes in and around some of this as well, okay? So just don't get too down in the dumps about like any moves or things around that, okay, that could potentially be put off, have been put off, or opportunities that don't come in, because around this there is some absolutely new avenues opening up. Now there is also news around certain people around new jobs around December and February time here that have cropped up, okay? And these are like, there may be issues initially or things around that, things that need to be resolved, things that need to be sorted out because of like unsettled times, okay, that are coming in, okay? How are we going to do this? How are we going to move people? How are we going to get around certain situations? Is it the right time? Is it the best idea? Do I go forward with this? Don't I? Okay. But what he's saying is, although things are difficult, there are going to be situations that come in to help, or people that will give you provision to help you on your way. Now, I was talking about this a little while ago when I actually was saying to people about there are going to be some very difficult times. You know, it is going to be around for October. If October is going to be monumental, but so is going to be some of the other energies carrying on into next year. How do we best navigate them? Well, it ain't going to be on our own. It's about having that support. It's about having that network. It's about talking about things. It's about being open to things, all right? You're always going to get opposition, okay, to certain situations and scenarios. Not everybody's going to like what you're doing, but this is about, okay, what can we all do, all right, to make things easier in the long run? And this is going to be about transparency. This is going to be about openness. This is going to be about being thankful, being grateful. This is about being honest. This is about being true to yourself, true to other people, saying what you mean what you say, okay? Being committed, okay? Staying the course, and actually overall, okay, what is valuable, okay? And one of the most valuable things is having people around you that love you, protect you, nurture you, value, have the same core beliefs of you, and at the end of the day you can trust, okay? And it's consistent. These are the energies that are on the table here right now. So if you have got that tribe around you, if you have got those people around you, if you are getting those people that are giving you calls at the minute that you haven't seen for a while, that you know, okay, are welcome back into your life at any time, get back on there. If you have got people around you that are stable, and you've got people around you that most of the time you can rely on, if you have got people that you know that you can go to now and that you can negotiate things, if you've got things in your life at the moment that are going well, then stay on the course. If there are energies around you that are not conducive to that, then you need to start letting that go and start concentrating, like I say, in the direction that is bringing you in this happiness, that is making you feel content, that is making you feel like, you know what, when I'm around that, when I'm with that, when I talk to that, when I do that, this is what makes me feel okay. All right, when I go home, it's okay. I don't have to worry about that area of my life. I can sort out the other stuff, knowing that in myself, that's always good. All right, and this is what is here. This is what is on this table. Okay, now for those of you that go in, well, to be honest, things are pretty much shit most always round at the moment. I am telling you, there is going to be some very big unexpected surprises, okay, coming in over the next couple of weeks, mark my words, okay? So if you have been thinking slightly negative, if you have been thinking that everything's gone to shit, you may well get some very unexpected surprises, conversations that come about, things that might be brought to your attention that you weren't aware about, things that you didn't see. There's going to be something good that comes out this next 2 weeks, okay? No matter what you think is all crap, there is going to be something that you weren't expecting, or something that goes in your favour, okay? And it's going to be something, like I say, that you thought was maybe out of the arena, okay? It could have been something that you thought about a little while ago that suddenly comes back up, okay? It could be something that somebody says to you, that there's an opportunity that comes around, okay? There is going to be something, okay, that either somebody has kept close to their chest, okay, and I give you the heads up about it. It could be something that you've been working really hard on, that you thought, well, maybe I haven't got the recognition from that at all, actually. Why did I bother starting it? You may be surprised. This could be an unexpected job offer that you didn't see come in. This could be somebody that does you a favour. This could be something that goes better than what you would expected it to be, or it's just something that you never saw come in within a relationship. An unexpected event turns up, whatever. Now, if this is an event or an invitation, or somebody has planned something for you, then I would suggest that you guys go, because there could also be conversations that come out of these situations, okay, that bring light to new things. Now, it could even be you're forecasting or foreseeing, okay, like say maybe there's meetings that have been planned or something that's going on in the background, and you're thinking, shit, I really don't want to go to that because this isn't going to go well at all. And actually, you get some real golden nugget of information. You get told something and you get that pat on the back. You maybe get given a heads up about something that you never thought about before, and suddenly it goes better than what you thought it was going to go, or anything. It could just be new opportunities branching from it. But what I am going to say to you, okay, be open to new opportunities in all areas of your life, because there is something that's going to come about for absolutely everybody that is going to change, okay, for the better. Now, especially coming up from having this full moon and the eclipse, okay, and this is always, anyway, a 6-month avenue, a 6-month opportunity, a 6-month of a cycle, okay, and then another 6 months after that. Now, you know how I love my 6-month cycles, and you know how much I like going on from like 2 years and whatever. This is one of those pivotal spaces where your life, you ain't never going to forget this month in a hurry, because there is going to be so much ram-packed into October that is going to significantly change your trajectory in your life over the next, like I said to you before, 7 years. But you are going to see this monumental shift from now, I would say, up until August. Okay, a lot is going to change, and a lot is going to happen from this cycle of this 2 weeks and then going into November. Okay, this is going to be huge for everybody. Okay, and some of it is going to be brilliant, some of it is going to be very difficult, but through the difficulties is going to bring about a massive change that is going to actually bring in some absolute amazing, like, not only healing around families and friendships and coming together and unification of that, but a lot of positive changes going forward as well. Okay, so don't be thinking that everything is going to be like crap. Okay, we've got conclusions are within reach. So if there's been a problem or an issue going on, there's going to be answers that are going to be coming through soon. Okay, so if there's been anything that you've been pondering about, waiting on, maybe you've been doubting about, maybe you've been like really negative on something, it may have a very positive outcome, one that you weren't expecting. Like I say, this next 2 weeks is going to bring about, even if there is some like negativity attached to one ending, it's going to bring in something that actually thought, if that had have happened actually in hindsight. Okay, you've got this, don't let your past hold you back. All right, so it could be like concurrently you've been having this kind of like, you've been pretty down on yourself, or things haven't been going so well. This is all set to change, especially with that Aries full moon. Okay, because where things have been slowed down, there is going to be certain action that's going to be taken, okay, maybe in a different route, okay, and in a different way, but it's going to springboard you onto a different direction, and you'll actually be quite pleased with the outcome. You've got this, it's time to take action. If you've been sitting on your hands, okay, or you've been waiting to say something or waiting to implement a change, stop holding yourself back. If these, like say, this past, okay, in the past you've always been somebody that hasn't been very proactive, or you've been just like holding yourself back with waiting for things to happen, or expecting other people to do things for you, it's saying to you now, no, you need to be doing on it. If you're always kind of like, you know, third in the queue, maybe you need to start going, excuse me, and kind of putting yourself forward. Stop actually, like, you know, being in other people's shadows, in your own head, maybe not voicing up the things that you need to say. Okay, we've got here, like a saying, paying attention to your health at the moment. Maybe this is the thing, time to take action. If you always know coming around this time of year it's not the best time, colds, coughs, things like that, start getting like changing your diet, start making sure that you're actually looking after yourself. Maybe it is going on, instead of waiting till the new year and jumping on the old bandwagon, maybe it is about starting to think, do you know what, I need to be doing more exercises, I'm not feeling so great about myself. Making those changes, getting more vitamins in your diet. You know, can I eat better? Can I actually, you know, decrease my food bill by actually eating in a different way? How can I start finding healthier recipes? Do you know what I mean? Things like that. These are all things about, you know, time to take action, you know, especially when it comes to how you're feeling. Is your food affecting your mood? Should I be drinking more? Should I be stopping drinking alcohol? Maybe that gets me into trouble. Maybe I need to start actually being less doing one thing and more proactive on another. these are all things that are coming up in these cards, actually, in about how you can actually start making those massive changes in small steps, okay? There is definitely here a surprise coming to some people, okay? Because somebody is holding information back, but it's in a good way, okay? Where it can affect you, okay? So don't necessarily, you know, be walking around blinkered in terms of like, you know, that actually there are people out there that can actually do you favours. Maybe you haven't met that person yet. Maybe this is the person you need to go to see. Maybe they are the person to unlock, okay, opportunities that you are restricting from yourself for whatever reason, okay? This could be to do with, like, as I say, going and finding a partnership. This is maybe going and finding somebody to collaborate with you. Maybe this could be, if you're a writer, I don't know, going out and actually putting your work out there. Maybe this could be even like, you know, going to your boss and saying, do you know what, I want to do more self-improvement. How can I get on them courses? What do I need to do? This is a very good time, by the way, for anybody looking to broaden their horizons. This is about academically, if they're wanting to like actually move, maybe it could be to the same company but to a different department. Maybe it's overseas, maybe it's whatever. These are all things here about broadening your horizons, and this is also people, and I'll put myself here included in this, going back to things like doing my Reiki, my holistic work, things like that, things that I need to be brushing up on my skills with, things that this is the right time to be stepping out now and branching out, and instead of being a one-trick pony, okay? So if you've got things that you can offer, things that you can do, this is about time now, about pushing yourself and branching out instead of being stuck, okay, and being just constricted and thinking everything's coming down on top of me. Start using your skills to generate different sources of income and different resources to do with like your mental health. If you're kind of like stuck doing the same thing day in, day out, and things are becoming more and more difficult, how can you get that outlet? What can you do for self-improvement, okay? You've got here about this Venus energy, this Venusian energy that I was talking about. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of people now are coming into this time, all right, where, like I said, about getting together, friendships forming, partnerships forming, people going to the next level with different things, okay? We've got here so much lovely energy about getting together, get-togethers, all right? This is about letting go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. And like I was saying, in shitty times, there can be a lot of positivity, okay? Because it is when people connect, reconnect, get back together for all sorts of different reasons, okay? This is about, okay, letting go of differences, difficulties, okay? How can we kind of like get past those things now? This isn't the time to keep getting into antagonistic energy or fights or arguments, petty little disagreements that actually on the grand scheme of things just are irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? They're just non-important. This is about a time, like I say, especially if there have been passings, about like, again, collaborating with family, getting back together with family, building them bridges, those rifts. We've got here, Cracker, positive energy surrounds you, love, joy and good fortune awaits. I honestly will tell you, this next 2 weeks is this bridge, okay? Things are going to get turned. They're going to turn and they're going to get difficult, all right? But like I said, between now and then, there should be something extremely positive that comes in for most. You've got here, your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, but be careful, all right? So whilst we can be like expansive and enjoying some of these like things, the good fortune, some of the friendships, some of the nice times, you know, we're giving and receiving, it's all whatever. Be careful to where you're extending your energy and efforts to, all right? Because whilst it's nice to be giving out and it's nice to embrace and bring people in, who are you still inviting in? Who are you still allowing to take from you? Okay, make sure that this energy is reciprocal. Okay, and the people that you're holding close and the people that you're bringing in and the people that you're wanting back in or you're reconnecting with are all for the right reasons. Like I said, there is so many major arcana cards here. So many lovely cards here about recognition and reward, pats on the back, opportunities coming in, okay, warnings of people to like start getting up on their health regimes, things about like vitamins, minerals, drinking properly, looking after yourself, you know, not putting yourself in compromising situations. There's a lot of situations here around like, especially about hearing about births and pregnancies, engagements, maybe people getting married. We've got a lot of get-togethers here. Okay, we've got a lot of exciting events coming up for people. Got a lot of emotions running high for good and bad. So like I said, if there are things that are kicking off, stay out of them. Okay, but there's a lot of emotions running high about people wanting to connect, about this reconnect, about building and making relationships committed, about actually bringing relationships into, you know, the next level, about taking things, do you know what, about being serious and getting things back on track, making sure that people are feeling safe and secure and happy, and it's for the right reasons. It's about moving forward, it's about growth and expansion. There's a lot here, like I say, about opportunities, especially for people being able to broaden their horizons, especially if you're wanting to do that. This is a time to speak up and take action on it, putting yourself forward for things. Even if you don't think that you are going to get it, put yourself forward anyway, because you might not now, but you'll be able to build on that and work on those skills and get that going forward for a later point. Don't be disappointed if somebody says no, because there could be reasons behind that, and asking them what you can do for next time. Where do you need to make those areas of self-improvement? Okay, and there is nothing wrong with that, because whilst you are building on those skills, other opportunities or doors may present. There could be a reason why you get course corrected and go off onto a different trajectory from there. So nothing is wasted. It's always an opportunity to learn, grow, develop, and actually see where things can take you in different directions from there as well. It's all a learning curve, and it's something that is very positive that is coming in. As I said, over the next couple of weeks, you should be hearing about these things. We've got this energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. Don't doubt yourself. Don't allow other people to be putting you down. Okay, listen to constructive criticism. Okay, if somebody's got something to say, you might not like it. Take it on board. Do with it what you will. Okay, but this is also with the sign of Leo here. This is about illumination. This is about positivity. This is about our heart space. This is about reconciliation. It's about bringing people together. It's about absolutely everything. Like I said to you, from up until August time, okay, this energy is going to be with us anyway. All right, but this is all about, when you think about Leo, this is all about family, friendships, love, the kingdom, okay? Who we want in our kingdom. Who do we want to be our king? Who do we want to be our queen? Who do we want to be in our tribe, okay? This is about kind of like fighting, okay, to be the best, to have your family, to have your tribe. You're all working together. And I know that sounds really like naff in the way I'm putting it, okay? But when you're looking at all of the cards around all of these, okay, what is so, so lovely, and this is why I'm going to stand with this, like what I never do, these really fluffy readings, but is, okay, you've got let your friends help you, letting go of control issues, okay, letting things fold out, you know, unfold the way that they need to, okay. They might not all go the way that you were hoping or thinking or were expecting things to, but it's going to bring in some absolute magic. You've got this chemistry card here, there's strong magnetic attraction here. You've got your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, if there have been issues around family, around siblings, around generational issues, okay. Maybe that there's been situations where it could be step families and conjoined families. People are making different decisions about where they're wanting to go forward, and there has been opposition. Allow things, okay, to play out, because you may well be pleasantly surprised, okay, over the next few weeks or so. You've got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So you've got this soulmate energy that's coming in. Like I said, you may get unexpected phone calls. You may get, you know, go through your phone or a message comes through. It could be on Facebook. It could be on Instagram. It could be anything, you know, reconnecting with people, okay. We've got this retreat card. It's time to disconnect from the world, okay. Stop taking so much notice on what's going on in this media. And I'm covering this at the weekend when I do this astrological thing about a lot of propaganda going on, okay, getting into all the whole drama, you know, which side of the fence and all the rest of it. We've got enough division going on outside. Do not allow that to affect what's going on immediately in your own space and environment, okay. There is going to be plenty of ways for people to connect and be able to support each other with different ways and means, okay. Like a saying, going from car share, maybe it goes from, you know, conjoining food. It could be to do with childcare. It could be to do with all sorts of things, okay. Don't think so narrow vision, okay, that none of us are going to get through any of these difficulties, because you will be surprised over the next few months how people are going to be pulling together, collaborating and working so harmoniously with each other. You don't need to be affected by the drama of outside noise, okay. Do not allow bullshit to get in the way of some of this really lovely energy and opportunity that is going to be hitting each and every one of us if you are open and receptive to it, instead of just looking at everything from one way, narrow vision, and being completely closed off to opportunities, and being thankful and grateful for the people that you've got around you. Take care, guys, and I'm going to speak to you at the weekend.